Sam Lowick here for Green Blood Boxing. Delighted as always to be joined by Declan Geraghty. Deco, how's it going, man?
Not too bad, pal. Not too bad.
Good stuff. Good to see you. It's been a while since we caught up. Obviously, it was like, I don't know, it's February, March now, the last time when we were chatting. It's
Yeah.
obviously been a good, fucking difficult year. Like, how have you, like, just in general, how have you been getting on? Like, I know we've been saying there you were ticking over in the gym, but it's been a long old time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's hard for everyone. So there's no point to I think everyone's life is kind of being on pause. Like I had a 30th birthday party, and I'm not even like that's not my 30th. My 34th is gonna be my 30th. You know what I mean? I have a lot of friends. It's just the whole year has been just shit for everyone. But listen, we're humans. We can adapt to any situation in life. So we all have to adapt to this situation and move forward and move on with it.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, it's definitely been tough. I hear you on that one, but as I say, we just get over it, like. But get on with it, and hopefully, like sooner rather than later, things pick up. But yeah, I suppose let's move on straight away to the boxing. Unfortunately, you haven't been able to get out now. Like a lot of Irish fighters have been quite lucky that they have been able to get out in the lockdown times and since this all happened. Why? I know you had a fight scheduled in April at one of the MTK cards in Belfast. I'm right?
Yeah,
that was cut off.
April, May, yeah, up in the north, yeah, and I was just obviously the show was pulled because of this pandemic.
Exactly. So tell me, why do you think, or why haven't you been able to secure a fight on any of the MTK cards that have been on so far?
Well, there was talks of 1 or 2 fights, and it didn't appear. I would like the ideal situation was I'm moving up to 140, so that the plan was to get like 1 fight out of the way and just feel how it is. But at the moment, anyone who's really fighting on an MTK show, if I was to fight now, I'd have to go on the B side, so it had to be a hard fight, a fight when I expect to lose. And the fight was offered to me wasn't a fight where the risk was worth the reward. Like I gave them a list of fighters who I wanted to fight, and I was literally everyone in England. It was everyone in England, like even was Tom McKenna, but Tom McKenna isn't the same gym as me. Now, we wouldn't fight, but I was still like, I would fight him if I wasn't in the gym, and he'd fight me, but we're in the same. It would never happen. But it's not about, like, I want to fight. And it's not like, if I call out anyone I want to fight, it's not being a prick by calling you out. At the end of the day, this is our job. I believe I can beat you. You believe you can beat me. Listen, we have a fight. I don't need to hate anyone I fight, you know? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a job, it's a business. I'm here to make money, and whoever's ahead of me and can push me up the rankings where I want to be, I'm willing to fight. Like I think I gave them basically everyone besides Josh Taylor, because obviously that's an unreasonable goal. Like Jack Hatchell fought last week as a tune-up fight, basically, you know what I mean? And I would have been happy to step in there. I'm going over there to lose, as they'd say. My mentality wouldn't be lose. I believe in my ability. I would have taken a fight like that. And they're the fights what just haven't been offered to me yet. Like, I would have loved an O'Hara Davis. But after I suggested it to him, but it's like he's had to win the golden contract. That won't happen. So, if it was a prospect offered to me, it wouldn't interest me. Why would I fight a prospect? But anyone who's around the world, or anyone who's undefeated, or who has something to offer on
has a name, basically. Someone who has a name, but I think is obviously beatable, who has maybe a loss or 2 on the record, someone who's not completely infallible, is someone good for you.
Even if he didn't have a loss on the record, I still would take the fights. That wouldn't bother me, you know what I mean? I believe in my own ability. I look at someone I'm realistic, and I look at the judgment, and can I beat this fella or can I not beat him? And if I didn't believe I could beat him, I wouldn't take it. But there's no one actually I don't believe I can beat. I still haven't came across anyone where I said to myself, he's just better than me, simple as. There's no one I have came across that since amateur or professional. I don't believe I'd be. I do believe that's most boxers' mentality. I like to think I'm a realist, but we'll see. If the fights, I believe I will get out next year. Hopefully, I'm looking at January, February. Hopefully, I'm ticking over. I ticked over the whole year. It wasn't hard training, but I'm doing 2 a day. But 2 a day that'd be a lot for anyone normal. But for the athletes that are boxer, what we do, I'm not pushing myself. I'm just taking over, and it's not the same level of fitness. But I'm back up with Pete. I'm back up with Pete this week, so we're just tracking on. We are, and hopefully, gonna just stay in the gym all through the Christmas. I train personally from my mental health as well. First and foremost, I love the sport and love it, but it helps me my mental health. That if I don't train, I feel shit, and then you feel lazy, unmotivated, and then all sort of thoughts come through your head. You know what I mean? So I personally, because I don't work a full-time job, so I need actually to think of I need to train. You know what I mean? Even like I said, if a little bit of training for myself, or it is deep in a training camp.
Yeah, 100%. Do you know what's interesting there about kind of thinking about you're taking over, you're training all year? Is that a time then to actually improve? Are you in the gym going, well, look, I'm not killing my body to try and get fit for a fight, but what I can do is actually work on technical aspects in my game? Like, so do you feel like you've improved over the last, what is it, probably eight odd months now?
Up with Pete, it's bringing back a lot of amateur stuff which was neglected, and the technical sort of thing, so that does do that. But with these months laid up, I feel like I'm growing into the 140. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not like I'm bloated out and just like, I've often been this way, but I've been just bloated out and big belly and skinny arm. But I've actually physically got bigger. I've been up in with Guard up in Kickstart, and he's really worked a lot of strength conditioning for me, and I feel like physically I'm getting stronger. So that would have taken time. I would have only found my feet at the 140, but now I feel like, okay, this is the best physique I'm going to get. I'm going to get this strong. Obviously, there's always room to improvement, but I am strong now. So I feel like at the end of the day, I'm jumping from super featherweight to light welter. It's a big jump, but I feel like these 8 or 9 months I've used them as my advantage to grow physically stronger.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and that's, I suppose, for you, like someone who already has, I mean, you're known as a very good, well-rounded boxer. Like, you have those skills already. So I suppose it's like a big thing for you, and something like you said there that would have been big in your head was the kind of that weight issue would probably have been more in the forefront of your head rather than, oh, let me get a little bit better at the jab or whatever. Like, you're kind of already very confident in your boxing skills as it is. But something that actually you touched on there, which I hadn't thought about, which is really interesting, is like, you're a professional boxer. You haven't boxed for like over a year. How does that work, Deco? Like, financially? I mean, look, I'm not trying to delve too much into your personal ongoing stuff, but how does that work, man?
It's just, you just have to like, I live at home, you know what I mean? So I don't live beyond my means, and the bit of money you do get for you just hold and just save, and then, you know what I mean? And then that's just really it, you know what I mean? You don't, like, it's not as fucking, it's a hard game of the boxing. Like, I'm realistic. Like, I don't fucking have money to go out and blow this or that and buy this, or go out drinking. I don't drink it down, so that's one big thing. I kind of eat in an awful lot. I'm just kind of sensible with the bit of money I do have, so I'm not, as a bit younger, I would have been a bit flashy, and I would have liked these sort of things when you're making. But now as like, you're a bit older, you don't really care about any of that shit. I'm just listen. I just live within my means. You know what I mean?
100%. No, it is. It's kind of, it's a tough sport to be in. Like, and especially that's tough at the best of times. Never mind in fucking the middle of a pandemic. But yeah, I suppose just before we kind of move on to a few other things, are there any names, like, I mean, specifically that you've kind of been thinking like, oh, that's a good name for me? And we kind of touched on that already, but is there anyone that you're like, I like that name, that's a good route for me? Like, because I think for you, this is my personal opinion, there's almost like, now you don't want to necessarily jump in too deep. Again, like, you have boxed for a year, like, it would be probably beneficial to have one or two, not pushovers, but like fights that are like definitely winnable, you know what I mean? Like, and good matchups, but not like completely, not like absolute world-class guys where you're kind of, your back's against the wall, you know what I mean? And you've got to pull out an absolute unbelievable performance to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so are there any kind of names like that are being mentioned in your head?
That's we start calling people. We start mentioning people's names, like, call them. Like,
come on, Deco, call someone out.
People get fucking pissy about it. Like, you know, man, my name used to be mentioned all the time. I was like,
exactly.
At the start, you come mention my name, I'll punch it out. But then you're like, look, they're trying to get the name off the back of my name, and they're trying to get some sort of momentum behind it. So I understand, like I really wanted the Darden Foley fight for an Irish title. Really, text. He was vocal enough about when he said that. He texted me. He was only short telling me in reports. I texted him and goes, look, Darden, you're at the picking of a loss. I'm at the picking of a loss. We're both old. I like to get the Irish title, and sure, you like to get the Irish title. Fancy a fight. I get onto the team, you get on the team, so you can get a match. And he was like, I can't remember what he said. He wasn't rude about it. I wasn't rude, but the DM I text him. I would have liked me, because at the end of the day, the only one really at the time I was thinking was Tyrone. I was up with Pete, so you can't fight Tyrone, you know what I mean? Plus he's at the getting on a good stage, and I think he's past that now. He doesn't want it. I'd like to fight Darden. Like, you have Fichter at 140. Of course I'd like to fight Fichter. Fichter's a friend of mine, and to be honest with you, he's a fucking gentleman and a very good boxer. I'm going to move down the lightweight. I'd like to fight him. I'm sure he'd fight me. Like I said, like, he's a fucking gentleman. There's no bad blood there between us. At the end of this fight, it makes money. I believe I can win. I'm sure he believes he can win. Yeah. Martin used to be a really, really close friend of mine. He's back. If he could get approved for the Irish title, I'd fight him. I'd fight anyone who can get approved for the Irish title, or anyone who...
Who's that now? I missed that. Who's that?
Martin Quinn. So
Martin Quinn, okay.
Martin Quinn, like, I know he's back, so if he could get approved for the Irish title, I'd fight him. I'm sure, like... It's the same as sparred, man. It's like we spar to help each other out fight, and like, it is what it is, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to fuck. And who else? Exactly. Anyone at 140 in Ireland, I would like to fight, because I would like to capture the Irish title. And then for England, like, who's there really there? There's so many names there. Like, you have, like, I'd like to fight Jack Cattrall, but he's not gonna look at me at the moment. I'd like to fight Hardy Davis. He's not gonna look at the moment. Anyone really, you know. I mean, like, there's no one like Lewis Richardson. I'd actually like to fight him. I seen he lost his last fight. I actually texted him when the fellow who beat him got signed with MTK, and I texted him and goes, I'd fight him if he needs a fight, you know what I mean? He's just had to sign him, so he might be giving him meant to be a handy fight. I'd fight him. I'd fight Richardson. I'd fight the Scouts fella, I think it's Davis, Sean Davis or something. Sean Davis, I think it is. I'd fight him. Like, realistically, it's literally, I would fight anyone. If you throw names at me at 140, like, mate, what am I afraid of? Losing? I've lost. I believe I can. I believe I can box. What am I afraid of? Getting knocked down in front of thousands of people? It happened. I'm not afraid to lose me all. I'm not afraid of going as the way fighter. It's all been there. It's all happened already. So, like, I'm not holding on to anything with pressure, but I'm like, this is my last dance. As soon as I pick up one loss, me and Kieran, who have box mans together, we've had a bit of a joke. Like, this is, everyone watching Netflix series, The Last Dance. This is my last dance, you know what I mean? As soon as, and I believe I will pick up a loss at some stage. Will it be the next fight, or could it be a world eliminator, or will it be a world title? When I pick up a loss, I will pack it in. So it's the last dance. So I don't really care who I fight. I'd even here go, like, I'd go welterweight and fight, you know what I mean? But you have to be realistic. Like, I remember I said I'd go to welterweight, and me and Pete were talking about one or two names I've mentioned in Ireland, and I was like, I'd take it. And he goes, I'd throw you in one. But then when I said it to the management team, they're like, Declan, that's just too much weight. I'm trying to jump up. That's ridiculous, you know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to be realistic. But like I said, anyone at 140, I don't really give a fuck. Listen, there's no disrespect to anyone. Everyone has respect getting into that ring, but I'm happy to fight anyone. In Ireland, I can't think of anyone else who I've named. I don't want to feel like a cunt and say I'm not forgetting their name. I can't think of anyone else's name. But no disrespect to anyone. Do I believe in the best out of them? Yes. Do they believe they're the best? I'd say they do, man, because that's the mentality you have to have, you know? Exactly. If you don't think you're the best, man, where the fuck are you in the sport? There's only Lum Shevchenko is the only bloke I've ever looked at and said, couldn't do the shit he does. Everyone else, like, even that Lopez fellow beat him, I'm looking at him and saying, he's good, yeah, but whatever he's doing, I believe I could do myself. But Lomachenko, even though he beat Lomachenko, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just, like, there's not really anyone I've ever met and said I couldn't do what they do, you know what I mean? But I do believe studs make fights. I'm happy to fight whoever. I'm going to try to push within December, towards the back end of December. I'm just going to get on the team and try to push and see can something appear in January, February, please God, and then see really what happens. Is, like I said, it's the last dance. On the oldest active MTK boxer. So at the end of the day, my day is gonna come soon. But please God, I can string a few fights together.
But this is my thing, right? This is my thing. It's like the last dance and this kind of thing, and it's all very well and good. But for someone like yourself, and I think, like, first and foremost, like someone like me, I'm a fan. Like, you know what I mean, and I'm interested in the Irish boxers, and we're looking at you over the years going, Declan Geraghty has so much ability. He's such a good boxer. Like, I remember watching your last fight against Archie Sharp, right? It was with my brother. I was in some pub up near where you live, right? And we were watching it. We always watch the boxing together. And I was watching it, and you were boxing the head off him for the first 3 rounds. And then you got caught. But but my point is that we're looking at you and we're thinking, Deco can do so much more. He can do more. He's quality, like, and you are. And it's not me being biased. You're a very good boxer. It's very obvious to see. You've only been in all your losses. You've only actually been beaten from like the start all the way through. It was in the second John fight. Every other fight, you were actually winning on points, which means which means you're beating the guys until you get clipped. You know what I mean? So my thing is, why not try and actually build here? Let's have a proper go at it. Do you know what I mean? Build properly. Don't sling yourself in, man, into fights where you could lose. Do you know what I mean? So why not go that way with it?
You're right what you're saying, but you have to look from a manager's point of view. Now I know how the business point of view works with them. He's had to pick up a few losses. Could we invest in him, start again? Yeah, we could, but I'm 30 years of age, so I don't have that time with me. So it's like, listen, I personally was going straight into a big fight, and then straight away, and then he goes, "Oh, we'll get you on a show up the north and do a ticket deal." And I was like, "Okay, I'll take that." You know what I mean? But that's not here anytime soon. And any shows going on at the moment, even people who are debuting are fighting people who probably have 5 wins and 2 losses. Usually, when you debut, you might fight someone with 2 wins and 30 losses. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to get that opportunity. I would like Kieran has been on my case so much time saying about the same thing. Goes, why can you not try to build up? And I understand that. And my mentality was, as soon as I picked up a loss, I'll go straight away back in the big fight, because the big fights, but I believed I could beat every single one of them. You know what I mean? So they weren't in my set. There was never one fight I went in and goes, like, I knew I always had to bring the best me to beat anyone, but that's even against anyone. I still had to be the best me. But it was like, when I was taking these fights, I was like, I should beat these kind of people, and then it just didn't happen. And for people now, like you're saying, people, like, a lot of people come up to me and say exactly the same thing, and that's like a regular thing what happens. And then everyone asks, and even I ask, where did I go wrong? I just I believe the weight played a massive part, and that's why I'm moving up to 140 and seeing how it feels out. But yeah, I had a bundle of talent, and boxing IQ is I've been up with Pete, and Pete tell you, like you've never justified the shit you should have achieved, but this is what I have to live with. What's a bit annoying is that I was only talking to my friend yesterday. It's like, I dedicate my whole life to this sport. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not the cleanest of eaters, but I don't drink. Yeah. I don't really party. I never drank until I was 23. I never went out to a club until I was fucking 20, when everyone's going out when they're 16, 17. Yeah. So I have that thing, and I've put in the work, and it's just, for some reason, God didn't make it happen so far. So maybe He's testing me all the way through here to see will I stick it out, and maybe it'll happen, or maybe it'll never happen. I just have to get on with it. I haven't justified what I could do, but I have to accept that. It's not like, do you ever get when you're at that stage where you're like, well, I did this completely wrong, and this is why the turning point. I've never looked back and say, what did I actually do wrong for never to walk out? You know what I mean? And I have friends and a sister who I've seen them go to college and have masters and all in that preparation of work what they're doing, if it's accountancy, tax, business, whatever it is. And I've seen them stay up night and graft, like they put graft in. And I was only talking to my mate who has a great tech job, making $100,000 a year. And I turned around and said, I know how hard it was for him to get there. He goes, it's mad because I know how much you graft, but no one I know has grafted more than I've grafted in my sport, and I fucking have nothing to show for it. But that's the sad thing and the hard thing, you know. I mean, I feel like a lot of things have gone against me, but it's no one's fault, and I can't really say it's like you've lost a fight. It's not really my fault. I've no control of it. I could understand it. Like the John fight, man, I was in pain with that John fight. I swear to God, I broke my nose. The first fight I broke my nose, and the second fight before I broke my nose. Two fights I broke my nose before the camp. Got on with it. I still have a problem with my cartilage nose where I can't breathe so much. So that fight I was in a lot of pain, and time again I wanted to quit, but my heart wouldn't let me quit. So it's not like, you know, like if I quitted there, I'd say, you know what, that was the point I quitted. That's my own fault. That was my downfall of it, quitting. I should have fucking get knocked out, or I should have stayed in there to see could I win. Now I didn't win at all. But I know I gritted out and stuck in there when I wanted to quit, you know what I mean? I really wanted to get out of there time and time again. I took some serious shots, and to be honest with you, my face, they never took it was the body. So that's what I'm trying to say is when people say, oh, when you get hit with a body shot, I believe you can stay up. I pissed blood for 4 days straight, pissed blood after that fight. And I've took headshots and you're on the floor, and like there's times the Marco fight I woke up and I just said, oh my God, man, what just happened there? Same with the Archie fight, the Tennyson fight. never got a shot where I didn't know where I was or what was going on. I was still ready to fight. Them two last fights where I was like, I just woke up and the fight was over. I was like, I had no control over it.
Yeah.
So like, but the John fight, I gritted out, and like I said, I wanted to get out of there, but my heart wouldn't give in, and that's the pride I have in me. So I just don't like, where did I go wrong? That's the question I ask myself. Where did I ever go wrong? Because I do train hard, man. Like, even when I'm on Facebook and I look at me fucking what comes back in my timeline, like last year and up to 10 years ago, I was like, I'm going out and doing my third session of the day up in the Irish team. You know what I mean? Like, we only trained twice, but I used to go and do extra training. I always did extra everything, and it just, I've gone to the well so much and I haven't came back with a pot of gold. So I don't know, man. It's that's what kills me most. Like, if I put all the shit I did into education, I'd have a house. I'd be well looked after. I'd have a 9 to 5 or whatever hours you have to do. I'd have something to show for all the work I did. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like I train, like, boxing's 24/7, 7 days a week. You know what I mean? I haven't drank in fucking weeks upon weeks, and there's nothing coming up. I'm still not drinking. You know what I mean? I won't drink over the all. Even the boys are like, you having a drink? No, I'm not, just no interest. And it's, even though I don't want to drink, it's in the back of my head at the end of the day is I can't really drink. You know what I mean? So I'm just plugging away, and that's what kills me most, is where has it gone wrong for someone like if I could say like someone's a better boxer than me, I can admit they're a better boxer. You know, I understand people have a better work rate and people have bigger punches than me, but me boxing IQ, there's no one I can actually say besides Lomo is the only one. I'm not comparing myself to all the other champions. I'm just saying Lomo is someone I can look at and say I can't do that. Like, Luke Campbell's a great fighter, but what he can do, I can do myself. You know what I mean? Or,
yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, that kind of mentality. Like, Carl Frampton's been a great multiple world champion, but what he's done, I believe I could do myself. I haven't done it, but I believe. But like, so I don't know where it's gone wrong. The boxing IQs there. What anyone says, my balls, man. I'll never turn down a fight. I'll stick in there when I don't want to stick in there, and I stick in there when I'm in my head, everything's saying get out of there now. There's enough's enough. I stick out there until to be honest with you, I'm at a stage where, like, as bad as it sounds, the boxing's not the end all and not the end all of my life, but I've never achieved what I should achieve, and you know what I mean, like I'd rather win a world title and probably die than the day after, you know what I mean, or you know what I mean, that's the way it is, you know what I mean.
Yeah, because you would have achieved what you literally set out to do your whole life. Like, no, man, I totally get it. Like, it's an interesting one. Like, I mean, the weight may have had a part to play as well, because I remember myself watching you at Super Featherweight and thinking, the issue seems to be that you have to fight an absolutely perfect fight against guys who can punch, because if you make one mistake and you get clipped, you can get knocked out. Like, I think that there's no doubting that you've been a better boxer than some of the guys you've lost to, but you got clipped once or twice, and that's kind of all she wrote then. And that's the problem as well, is that you have to be, it's boxing, you're gonna get hit, you have to be able to get hit sometimes. Like, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, so maybe that was something to do with it.